I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself.
Welcome back to another episode. And for you guys that are new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I noticed that we have a lot more newer audience, and I appreciate you guys. Today we're gonna be on the kayak on the Hobie Outback. It's been a long time. I want to say like 3 weeks to a month. I don't know, maybe less, that I've been out on the kayak. But I decided today was a perfect evening, considering it's a weekday. Nobody's out here, meaning other kayakers. Winds are like at 0 to 1 maybe miles per hour. The water is flat, you can see here, and it's kind of late in the evening. I think it's like, what is it, it's about 10:45 p.m. so it is a little late. Usually this type of water holds some good trouts and some good redfish, but given the fact that it is kind of late, we're gonna see if they're still out there on the lights. It's gonna take me roughly about 30 minutes to get out there, so I'm gonna see if they're out there by the time we get in there. We're gonna be using the exotic high performance spinning reel rod with a 2500 Florida reel, and I have the bull bug right here, which is the purple rain. I have it set up on a tandem with my set fishing tandems. And for you guys that are new to the channel and maybe aren't aware of it, I do have jig heads and tandem rigs that I sell at SWP in Bronzeville and RGV Bait Masters in Los Fresnos. So make sure you check them out. And we're gonna be using those same jig heads on these tandems. And I also have my Scorpion DC set up on a Texas hammer from Texas Made Lures. It's a white pina colada color, and we're gonna be using that one as well. But first I'm gonna throw the tandem, see if there's any trouts out there. Then I'm gonna jump into the paddle tail if I see any snooks or redfish in the water. So let's get to it. All right, guys, I'm finally at the light that I usually always fish, and I'm seeing some good stuff. Not seeing a whole lot of blowups like I usually see, but I am seeing some nonetheless. So this light usually never lets me down, but we'll see here if there's any keepers here. Oh, there's one. That's a small guy. I'll let him mess with the. Let me see if I can hit the reverse here. Okay. He's not a big guy, but I wanted to get out of the light. Come here, broski. Whew. Finally, we got a fish on the kayak on the first cast and on the faithful little light here. Ow. And we're using our the blue freeze from Texas Made, the bay bug. I don't think this guy's a keeper. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna find out in a second here. I don't know what's going on with this kayak today. Yeah, 16 3/4, almost at 17, but it was on the first cast, so hopefully there's some bigger guys there, but not a bad little guy. They're definitely blowing up on some shrimp there, so the bay bug is gonna be the meal ticket here. There's a little one. Yeah, usually on the vlogs I can flip these guys with no issues, but here's another little guy. I have a feeling we're gonna be catching a lot of little guys today. Let's see if there's any reds out there. I wasn't even ready for that one. I think I got a trout. Small trout. Yeah. Or a decent one, I don't know. Might be a decent one. Or it's a redfish. It's a little redfish. I did say there would be redfish in there. But these are small guys. This is a small guy. Check it out. Got a small little redfish. My Seth jigs look like that. It's got a V-lock on it and usually does a way better job at holding a fish than those traditional J-hooks. The traditional J-hooks work really well, don't get me wrong, but they work really well for redfish in my opinion. For trouts and redfish, I like to use the V-lock. That definitely woke them up. Let's spray this one as well. This is a Pina Colada from Texas Made Lures, in case anybody was wondering. It's a white with chartreuse tail. We're gonna be using the V-lock. Shouldn't have any issues anymore with hookups. What'd I tell you? What's up, buddy? Yeah. Look at that V-lock. Right in the corner of the mouth. He wasn't going nowhere, guys. That's why you want to buy my Seth jigs. Little trout. Once they hook that fish, it's very rare that they come off. I kept losing fish with that regular J hook that I found in my kayak, and as soon as I switched to the V-lock, first cast, and there's another one. Look at that. Is my Seth jig catching these fish or the lure? Just messing with you. Look at that. Nice. There's another little trout. I think the paddle tail really woke him up. And then with the garlic oil. Every cast has been a fish. As soon as I changed to the paddle tail and sprayed garlic oil. Trout. Yeah, or a small red. No, it's got to be a trout. Yeah. No, it's a redfish. Oh, small redfish. Oh man, oh this guy bit my tail off. Oh man, I only had one white color. Check it out, guys, little redfish. I think I'm gonna work that bank with a paddle tail in a second here. Cause that's I heard that big old fish the other day too when I was at this light. I was on the boat, as I'm sure you guys saw in the last video. And there was a big blow up on the bank, and I just heard a big blow up again. That leads me to believe that there's a redfish or something big hunting there. I'm gonna see if I can get it with a paddle tail lure. There was something pretty big on the closer to the bank, maybe like 5 yards more left of me, so that's kind of where I threw back that way. Now it did get spooked, so I don't know if it's still gonna be there, but I'm hoping he's still in the area. I don't know if it was a black drum or a redfish, but it was one or the other. It took off like a black drum or a redfish too. but it didn't take off too fast. It just kind of swam off. So I don't think I really freaked him out, but I'm gonna see if hopefully he's still hanging out in the area. Okay, okay. Okay, got something here, guys. I think we got a black drum on, or a redfish. It feels, I don't know what it is, but definitely, I don't think it's a redfish. It's gotta be a black drum. It's not running hard like a redfish yet. It's something kind of big though. I think it's a black drum. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be a black drum, I think. It feels like a black drum. Or is it a redfish? What is that? Is that a trout? Oh, it's gotta be a, oh, it's a redfish, I think. They're running kind of weird. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. It's a redfish. Oh. Thought he was gonna be running a lot harder than that. That's why I couldn't tell what it was. It almost felt like it had a lot of head shakes. It's a decent sized redfish too. A good 24 maybe. Okay, let's get the net for you, brother. Finally we get a decent fish on the kayak. But since there's not a lot of current, these guys are feeding towards the bottom from what it looked like. So I switched it up here with some fish bite. That seemed to have done the trick. Okay. I'm letting them get tired out, guys, because it looks like a decent sized red and I don't want to be messing with them on the kayak. I was trying to set up my other rod and I got onto this guy here. It's gonna be a decent size here for sure. He's on my Seb jig, so I'm not worried about him getting off. I just want him to get tired. Okay. Let me know when you're ready, brother. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, he's a big boy. Oh, definitely not too small. All right, let's bring him in. Oh yeah. Whew. It's a big dude. Might be 26, 27 actually. He's still trying. He was fighting kind of weird. He had like head shakes and it wasn't peeling drag like a redfish usually does. That's why I couldn't make it out if it was a black drum or a redfish. Okay. Are you ready, bro? Oh. Yeah, he's a big boy. Oh yeah. And I called it, man. I knew that the bigger guys were gonna be hanging out by the bank right now, since they usually hunt within about 1 foot to 2 feet of water depth. They don't fish and they're not in very deep waters out here in the in Arroyo in the inlet. All right, let me see if I can grab he has my jig head way in his mouth too. And he's a big boy. Check it out, guys. Hopefully this GoPro can see pretty good. I hope it can see pretty good, but check it out, guys. We got this massive redfish. It had been slow all day, so I switched it up. I put a fish bite, since I've noticed that there was some big fish by the bank, but they were hitting on bait by the bank, and I put a little fish bite on there on my V-Lock jig head, and this guy inhaled it. Check it out, guys. Big old, probably a good 26-inch redfish. I'm gonna measure them right now in a second, but check out that bad boy right there. This guy's gonna measure right at 26 and a half. 26 and a half inches on this guy. All right, guys, we're gonna put this guy on the naughty stringer that we have here. I haven't used the stringer in a minute since I've been on the boat, but shout out to Andrew Vallejo from Naughty Stringers again for being a loyal sponsor since day one, man. And he gave me this custom stringer here for the kayak. I can adjust the length based on whatever I need it for, and I have it set up here for a very short leash since I'm on the kayak, and then just clip it on there like so. And then I always run the pin in through the little hole here on the Hobie. Got one. Oh, I think it's a redfish. Looks like it might be a redfish. Oh. Yeah, it's a redfish. Oh yeah, got our little redfish, guys. Check it out, fellas. We pitched it right under the dock, and we skipped it in there like we had to, and we landed this beautiful redfish right here. He inhaled that lure. He has that that lens is super dirty. That Texas hammer, the red and white color. Check it out, guys. Inhaled that lure, that red and white color from Texas made. All right, bro, you gotta behave. I'm trying to measure you. Yep, it's at 20 and a half. So we're gonna take this guy home. All right, guys, and just like that, we finished the day, or the night, I should say. I lost track of time, and it got really foggy, and I couldn't see anything. And by the time I realized, it was 3 in the morning. So, you know, I did get out here kind of late. I got here like around 11:30. So, you know, it is what it is. But it was really slow for trout today, and even redfish. And but nevertheless, we still landed, or we had a small snook, a couple of trouts, and I did end up catching my limit, or not my limit, but the 2 reds that I got, which are the 26 and a half and that 20 and a half. So it wasn't that bad. Could have been worse. We could have got skunked. We had to switch it up a little bit. We used a fish bite for the big one, and then we started, when I started seeing them, I started throwing a Texas made lure, and we started hooking onto them. Tonight I did have a couple of strikes towards the evening on the way back, but for whatever reason, they didn't get hooked. So probably small fish. But I'm exhausted, man. Haven't been on the kayak in a good minute, and my legs are burning. So probably gonna get on the boat this weekend and give you guys some content on the boat. So stay tuned for that one. But for now, guys, I'm gonna fillet these fish and I'm gonna head home. So see you guys on the next one.
I can't lose, I won't